Here is the history of Manila Bay that you should know. Did you know that Manila Bay used to be an integral part of the country's capital? Serving both as a strategic advantage during times of war and as a scenic view during more peaceful times. With an area of almost 770 square miles and a coastline of 118 miles, Manila Bay was also home to a biodiverse system, with upland forests, a mangrove, mudflats, coral reefs, and more. When Manileños used to bathe in its sparkling waters only a few decades ago, how did Manila Bay degrade into the swamp of bacteria and hazardous things it is now? In history, two things took place in Manila Bay: trade and the war. There is evidence that almost 3,000 years ago, Manila was connected to Laguna de Bay, once a much bigger body of water. Scientists have theorized that recurring movements along the West Marikina Valley Fault separated it into two, with only the Pasig River connecting both bays. Even before Spain colonized the Philippines and introduced the islands to the galleon trade, Manila Bay was used as a port for trade and commerce between the natives of Manila and the neighboring countries. Manila Bay continued to play a commercial role during the Spanish occupation, but it became more famous for the famous battles fought in its usually calm waters, like the battles of La Naval de Manila and Battle of Manila Bay. In 1646, during the 80 Years' War, the Dutch Republic tried to invade Manila. 5 naval battles were fought at the bay, but all were unsuccessful. The Spanish forces, which included many Kapampangan and volunteers, neutralized a Dutch fleet of 19 warships. Spain only had 3 galleon ships and 4 brigantines. On April 9, 1652, the Archdiocese of Manila officially declared the victory a miracle after a canonical investigation. The Spanish and Filipino forces apparently prayed to Our Lady of La Naval before the battle, and until now the supposed miracle is celebrated. The Battle of Manila Bay between Spain and the United States was fought over 200 years later on May 1, 1898. It took the Americans only 2 hours to decimate most of the out-of-date Spanish ships, at the command of Commodore George Dewey. Though their fleet only had 7 ships, they were mechanically superior and able to fire from more than 5,000 yards away. 400 Spanish sailors were killed and 10 Spanish warships were sunk, but only 6 American soldiers were wounded. The latter's victory paved the way for the U.S. to occupy Manila. Manila Bay remained a favorite playground of boat enthusiasts, with even the Manila Yacht Club using the area since 1927. In the 1950s and 60s, the Manila Bay Strip rivaled the North Shore Drive in Chicago and the Fund in Shanghai. Naderco double-deckers traveled this route to go from Luneta to the end of Parañaque and vice versa. Stories of people swimming in Manila Bay were common in the 1960s and 70s. Vendors even installed food carts along Dewey Boulevard, now Roxas Boulevard. One of them eventually became the iconic Aristocrat. Unfortunately, as the time goes by, poverty and pollution took place. A makeshift houses along the bay. In August 2018, following days of torrential rain, Manila Bay threw up 80 tons of garbage, which was captured in videos that went viral. There the years, the sea wall of Manila Bay has also weakened, which was evident after Typhoon Pedring on September 27, 2011. The sea walls were visibly destroyed by storm surges and flooding. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, also recently issued a notice of inspection to as many as 100 businesses suspected of discharging untreated wastewater into the Manila Bay. This prompted the government to finally take rehabilitating Manila Bay seriously, starting on January 27, 2019. The rehabilitation will be in 3 phases, starting with cleaning up the bay and the sewage system, then relocation and infrastructure, and finally, making sure that the law is enforced and cleanliness maintained. If the DENR's Manila Bay Action Plan works, the bay will be swimmable again by December 2019. And now is rebirth of Manila Bay. Here we are enjoying the spectacular sunset by the bay. Come and see for yourself the new Dolomite Beach and Roxas Boulevard, the results of government's effort to rehabilitate the Manila Bay. Thanks to the strong political will of President Rodrigo Duterte for making the impossible possible. If you like our video, please like and share to your friends and families. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the notification bell button for more videos to come. Good day everyone.